Hello math class and welcome back. In this video we have 21 flashcards to do. So I will do these as quickly as I can and shorten them as much as I can. The first one is Polygon. Poly means many. And a polygon is a shape with many sides. It is a plane figure. Plane means that it's two-dimensional, so it's flat. A flat figure with at least three straight sides and at least three angles. So, for example, is that a polygon? Well, there's one straight side, two straight sides, three straight sides, four straight sides. So yes, this is a polygon. What about this one? It is a no. It does not have straight sides. It does not have at least three angles. What about this one? It's a no. If you have that curve in there, that is a no. It is not a polygon. Okay, a triangle. I think I'm going to go down the page. Yours are already printed, so you just have to find the one that says triangle and turn it over. Now, you know what a triangle is, but I want to give you the math definition of a triangle. It is a type of polygon with three sides. And if it has three sides, it'll have three angles. And there are several different types. We're not going to get into those right now. I just want you to know that a triangle has three sides and three angles. And let me draw one for you. That's not a polygon, that's curved. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to happen. Three sides, three angles. A quadrilateral. Quad means four. Lateral means side. So this is a four-sided thing. And it's not a thing, it's a polygon. It's a polygon with four sides and four angles. Not at least four, exactly four. Four sides and four angles. You guys know I can't talk and think at the same time. Here lately, I just can't even talk and make sense. So here's a quadrilateral. Four sides, four angles. Okay, a square. You know what a square is. But what's the mathematical definition of a square? What is a textbook definition of a square? A square is a quadrilateral. So it is a polygon because quadrilaterals are polygons. A quadrilateral with equal sides. Squares must have congruent equal sides. And there's something else. 4 right angles that total 360 degrees. So let me see if I can draw you an example of a square. That's pretty close. But just to be sure, let's mark the tick marks to show that all sides are equal. And then here's the important thing. You've got a right angle, a right angle, a right angle, a right angle. 90, 90, 90, 90, that's 360 degrees. Let's go back to triangle just a minute. I forgot to tell you, triangles have a total, not 360, of 180 degrees. All triangles have 180 degrees. Okay, let's look at a rectangle. A rectangle is a quadrilateral, so it's in that 4-sided family, with 4 right angles so that's a total of 360 degrees, and 2 sets of parallel sides. So let's draw a picture and see if we can make sense of this definition. So there's a rectangle. It has 4 right angles. It is not leaning. That's very important. Rectangles don't lean. And the length is parallel to the other length. So here's, in other words, this segment is parallel to this segment, and this segment is parallel to this segment. So without a highlighter, I would use those tick marks to show equality, and that is a rectangle. Okay, another R word is a rhombus. A rhombus. And a rhombus, I would not tell you this if you were children. A rhombus is a drunk square. It's a square that's been drinking. It is a square that is not straight. So it's a quadrilateral, a rhombus. It has equal sides. But no right angles. So I will attempt to draw a rhombus for you. These are very hard for me to draw just because of getting them equal. The sides have to be equal. And I didn't do a very good job, but it's close enough. Let's try one more thing. Let me bring that just a hair in. That's not too bad, actually. Better than usual, except I need to get rid of that. Okay, so I'm going to show you that it has all equal sides by using those tick marks. And you see how it has no right angles. There's an obtuse, there's an obtuse, there's an acute, and there's an acute, but there are no 90-degree angles. And that's why I call it a drunk square. It's been drinking and it can't stand up straight. Same analogy, if we have a drunk rectangle, that's called a parallelogram. Again, I would not tell a class of elementary or middle school students that analogy, but for you guys, I think it's okay if it helps you visualize. It is a quadrilateral, so it's four-sided. With no right angles. It's leaning. And two sets of parallel lines. Thus the word parallelogram. This one reminds me of the state of Tennessee. You have those parallel lengths, and then those parallel widths. There's an obtuse, an acute, and an acute. No right angles. This side is congruent to this one. This side is congruent to this one. And there's something very important that I want to show you, and we're going to go back and get the rhombus as well. This is called the base of the parallelogram. The height is right here. You never measure a height leaning. If the doctor wants to get your height, you're going to have to stand up straight to do that. So if you want a parallelogram's height, you look at this dimension. Same with a rhombus. Let's go back to the rhombus. If you want to know the rhombus's height, you have to get that perpendicular measurement that is perpendicular to the base. So here's the base, and here's the height. Okay. If you look at the square, these are just called sides. The rectangle, we have length and width. And those are the pieces that will go in the formulas that you need to use. Okay, the next one, I am not going to attempt to draw this one. It is a pentagon. Penta means 5. So a pentagon is a polygon with 5 sides. And you know, I think I might attempt to draw this one. I think I can do it. We'll see. They don't have to be equal sides, so whatever I come up with would be okay. It just bugs me if they're not equal. But these are not going to be. So here's a pentagon. The Department of Defense in Washington, D.C. is in a building called the Pentagon. And we know that because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, which means there will be 5 angles. 5 sides give you 5 angles, and that is a pentagon. A hexagon. Hexa has the word six, has the X in it, just like the word 6. So hexagon is a polygon with 6 sides. So let's see what we can do with this one. I'm going to do one up here and one down here. So there's 2 sides. 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not very pretty, but that's okay. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, and therefore how many angles? You got it. 6 angles. That's a hexagon. It's a pitiful hexagon, but it's a hexagon. It is not a regular hexagon. Okay, a heptagon. I actually learned this one by another name. I learned this as a septagon, but it is the same thing. Heptagon is a polygon with 7 sides. And I'm trying to drill home that word polygon. That's why I keep using it over and over, to help you get a grasp of what that means. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me try that again. 6, 7. This is definitely not a regular hexagon or heptagon. It's a weird shape, but let's count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 sides, 7 angles. That's a heptagon. An octagon. This is a stop sign, and I'm not going to attempt to draw this. Octa, like an octopus, has how many arms? A polygon with 8 sides. Those of you who play a musical instrument, an octave has 8 notes. An octopus has 8 tentacles. An octagon has 8 sides and 8 angles. A nonagon. Want to take a guess? Nona is 9. It is a polygon with 9 sides. And finally, decagon. You might remember this one from those metric prefixes that we did. Deca means 10. So a polygon with 10 sides and 10 angles. There are names for the others, but I'm not going to go into those. I think for what we need to do, if we know through 10, we should be very well covered. Next card is a scalene triangle. Scalene. Definitely in the triangle family. A scalene triangle has no equal sides and therefore no equal angles. Scalene. No equal sides, no equal angles. And let's draw one of these. Let's start with one side. Actually, I made mine a little too big. Sorry. I was thinking of a different kind of triangle. These usually have an obtuse angle. And then that third side is a long side. No equal sides, no equal angles. So this would be 1, this is a different length, and this is even a different length. Nothing matches on a scalene triangle. An isosceles, this is my favorite triangle. Isosceles triangle has 2 equal sides and therefore 2 equal angles. And here is a picture of an isosceles. These 2 angles, which are called the base angles, are the equal ones. So if you want to go ahead and color those to indicate that they're equal. So that means that the sides attached to them are equal. So this side and this side are equal. This one is not equal. This is called the vertex angle. The vertex is up here, this point. This is the vertex angle. Base angles are the 2 equal angles. And then finally, with the triangles sides, I like this one too. This one is an equa, which means the same. Lateral means side. So an equilateral triangle, I bet you can guess. How many sides? 3, and they're equal. So what does that tell you about the angles in this triangle? They're equal as well. And I can even tell you what they are, because I know and you know that every triangle has how many degrees? 180. So that means that these sides are all the same, and that this is 60 degrees, 60 degrees, and 60 degrees. 180 degrees. That is an equilateral triangle. So what about an acute triangle? Well, I know that acute means less than 90. So an acute triangle has all angles are less than 90 degrees. Like the one I just drew. Only let's turn it upside down and see what we come up with. 60, 60, 60. Those are all acute angles. So that is an acute triangle. A right triangle has 190-degree angle and 2 acute angles. For example, this fella, there's the 90 degrees. And maybe this is 50. and 40. So we would say that this is right and it's scalene because none of it matches. Look at this one and see what you think. First of all, let's draw it this way because sometimes the triangle is facing this way. There's the 90 degree. That makes it right. What if this is 45 and this is 45? That means that this side and this side would be the same and this one would be the odd one. It's right isosceles. These are all different. Okay. What about an obtuse triangle? Obtuse triangle. Well, I know what obtuse means, and you know what it means. It means bigger than 90. So it has one obtuse angle and two acute angles. For example, this is one of those that looks like it's leaning back in a recliner or in a lawn chair. Maybe this one is 140. This is 20. Actually, no, let's make this one 10. Sorry, I'm not to scale here. And then this one would be 30. So you have that one obtuse angle. So it is obtuse. Nothing matches, so it is also scalene. All right, we have two more and we're done. Pythagorean Theorem. Notice that this is capitalized, and it would always need to be because it's talking about a specific math theory. And there's a video that explains the origin of the Pythagorean Theorem in the lesson. But the Pythagorean Theorem is a formula used to find a missing side in a right triangle. And I'm going to go ahead and give you the theorem. It's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And we're going to talk about what that means and how to use that formula. But when you see that formula, think Pythagorean theorem. It only works with this type of triangle. You must have a 90-degree angle right there. This is called a leg. This is called a leg. And this is called hypotenuse. And we're going to talk about all those. There's a separate video that I made about those. Okay, the last card, and I should have started with this one, probably. This is regular polygon. Now, when you see the word regular, what do you think of? Normal, ordinary, nothing weird, just regular. A regular polygon is any polygon. Doesn't matter how many sides, but they have to be equal sides. So a square is a regular polygon. An equilateral triangle is a regular polygon. Regular just means that the sides are equal. So let me give you an example. Here is, let's pretend that this is a square. Sorry about that if you heard my text message go off. I thought it was muted, but apparently not. This is one side, two sides, three sides, four sides. They're equal, so it is regular. This one, oops. One side, two sides, but then these are not the same as the other two, so this is not regular. Regular means equal sides. And that's really not going to be a big deal, other than it can pop up in a word problem, and if you don't know what it means, it can really get you confused. So regular means equal in this case. Okay, we had 21 of those flashcards. That is too many for one lesson, but I really just had to get all those in there. So I apologize. Your hand is probably hurting like mine and you're tired of writing. But study those cards, learn those definitions, and that will help you tremendously with geometry. I will see you in the next video, and we will look at another fun thing. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.